Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let's take a look at what we're doing today. So I am once again bringing you our Saturday Shadow War video. Now this was a bit of a tough battle. We faced our friends Defenders of Westmarch, and these guys are players that I have a lot of experience with as I've been on the same server with them since I started playing Diablo. So I knew that this was not going to be an easy match, and last time we faced them in Shadow War we did actually lose as well. So I wasn't expecting too much from this. Not only that, we had about 4 of our original teammates missing. Again, it's that time of year, people are on holiday with their families and stuff, so there was a few guys missing, so we didn't have the setup that we should have done for this battle, and we were lacking in our team resonance slightly because of this. And also our team in general, as you know if you've watched the previous Shadow War videos, we all work together and we've all played together in the same battles often, so we kind of know what people are going in with. So it made it a little bit tricky as it was kind of like last minute replacements that we had to get for our team to make sure that we had a full team against Defenders of Westmarch. Now I have swapped one thing out in this build, so I swapped out the Essence on Scorch on my helm for Vacia's Resourceful Countenance. The reason for that is so that I have that Scorch, the electric orb that follows people, and I went in with this because it seems a little bit more beneficial. It has that stun, and obviously it does stop players from moving unless they can actually jump out of it. Now you can see someone that had damaged me had a really strong damage over time effect on me there because I was still taking damage when I came out of revive. So this is definitely going to be a tough battle. Let's hope for the best and see how it goes.
An ally has perished.
I require aid.
You have been culled.
So let's take a look at the scores so far. So currently I'm top for kills. However, I am struggling a little bit simply because I have missed out on all the shards again for the kills that I've made. And as you know from previous Shadow War videos, and if you fought in Shadow War yourself, this is kind of detrimental to your kills and performance in the game, because those shards, when you do defeat an opponent, they do give you increased size and increased damage, and obviously the increased size makes it easier to move around the map, as you can see from my teammate here who is running really fast ahead there. So that was one thing that was a little bit disappointing in this match, and that's something I've experienced in the past as well. But obviously being a ranged player, it is much harder to collect the shards. Maybe something that they could do, look at mechanic wise, is actually dropping those shards of the defeated opponents next to the player that has defeated them, because that would make it a lot easier for range to actually be able to pick up those shards and make better progress in these kind of battles. Down again, so let's take another little look at the scores. So we're not doing too badly on progress. We're at 31 kills versus 22. And let's also look at the towers. So far we've taken 1 tower down and we're halfway to defeating the second one. So we do have an advantage there with our progress so far.
Their forces are greatly weakened. Quadruple kill.
On to another little kill streak here. So one thing I will mention with this battle is that we were missing our necromancer from our warband. So normally we are with the exact same team, but as I said at the start, we did have a few people have to come just to help us at the last minute, and this didn't necessarily put us in the best position because normally we have the same team set up, so we know exactly what skills people are using, exactly what strengths people have, and also having a necromancer on the team with their skills like bone armor is obviously a huge benefit, and we didn't have that this week, so that was something that made this match a little bit more tricky for us. So Game Zone has now overtaken me with the kills. However, we're still doing well overall, and we're still ahead with the towers that we've taken down.
An ally has struck down an enemy.
So unfortunately we now have this long cooldown on my resurrection. However, my teammate Kragsman here is still pushing forward. So we've now taken down both of their towers and he is trying to get to their Crystal Heart. Game Zone here is further back, trying to push the Defenders of Westmarch team back from our towers, as they obviously did start attacking our second one. And here we go, we've got the revive now. So a few of us were down at the same time, which is not the best position to be in, because I mean we've been down half the team at once here, so that had a bit of an impact, and that is a part of the reason why they managed to push forward a little bit more. However, they are pushing pretty hard, so let's hope we can get this win and watch the rest of the battle.
I witness your strength. You have been culled. An ally has struck down an enemy.
Halfway to destroying their Crystal Heart, and they are halfway to destroying our second tower. However, like I said, they're pushing really hard, and they do have some really strong barbarians and a really strong necromancer on this team.
An ally has struck down an enemy. Your forces are greatly
Wow, so they
weakened.
took down that tower really quickly. It literally just went down immediately. And they are now attacking our Crystal Heart. So we are not in the best position at this point. There's no team members now near their Crystal Heart. They've just been defeated. And yeah, as I said, this group is pretty strong. Let's try and push back some more. So that was pretty close. I had that burn on me from Angmets, as well as a poison and damage over time effect there as well. And yeah, I'm probably going to die at this point though. I don't have any bandage left and no way of escaping these players.
An ally has perished. An ally has perished. The heart is almost destroyed.
Just quickly bandaging up before I get back into the battle, although our Crystal Heart is really close to being destroyed now. There are no players near to it, but their Guardian has just come forward, and unfortunately their Guardian managed to destroy our Crystal Heart. Not really sure how, because I don't know they were that strong, but there we go. Unfortunately, that was a defeat for our team. This is the overall result. A little bit disappointed because we didn't have the same team set up as always. However, it was a good battle and a lot of fun. So good job to Defenders of Westmarch, and thank you for watching.